All right, guys. So let's break down. I'm just going to go through this real quick, last minute stuff. Maybe it's enough time to get your final opinions. Rather, like think about the bets, picks before you make them. There's still time. But anyway, let's just get into it. Chase Hooper versus Peter Barrett. I'm gonna go through the whole card here, right? So Chase Hooper. Obviously we know that's a steep line, man. But Chase Hooper got dominated. Look, Bruce Leroy. He's a vet. Obviously way better on the strike. Chase Hooper needs to kind of fill up in his body. He's a young kid. We know the story, right? Peter Barrett, though, this is essentially a grappler versus striker, right? Now, if Peter Barrett can, withstand that, and Chase Hooper's not like he's like some kind of great, crazy wrestler, but I'll be quite frank with you, man. I think that Peter Barrett could get done. It's just that line. I think Chase Hooper, who's my pick? I think I've got to go for Chase Hooper just because of, the grappling. I think perhaps maybe the UFC wants to give him this kind of nice stylistic matchup. Someone who is going to be a little bit weaker on the ground. Maybe that's what they gave Caceres to him. They thought, but Caceres too much of a vet. Perhaps Peter Barrett could get it done too. Look, he's going to have the edge in striking, and he's got a lot of experience. So, actually, it's not that much experience though. Not compared to someone like Caceres, like Bruce Leroy, but still, he's kind of filled into his body. He's 34 years old. He's got that man strength, but like I said, in a way, Chase Hooper has that youth going for him. At the same time, he's pretty green. Maybe he needs to kind of fill out and grow into his body a bit more. Maybe do a little bit more of the weight training, not just eating M&Ms. But anyway, hey man, I think my pick is Chase Hooper, but that line is way too steep. I don't know. Maybe if you guys want to parlay it, or perhaps you see some value with Peter Barrett. I just think that, I think that Chase Hooper is actually going to be able to eventually kind of. I think he'd be able to sub Peter Barrett, to be honest with you. But I wouldn't be surprised if Peter Barrett gets done. Nice upset. There's been a lot crazier upsets than that. That's for sure. So, yeah, it's just I'm not really gonna touch that. But going along, so let's talk about this. Tia Torres, Sam Hughes. I'll be honest with you guys, real straight up. Sam Hughes. I was like, okay. I try to see her like she is obviously gonna be, as you can see, 5'5". She's gonna be the larger framed girl. 64-inch reach, so she got 3.5 reaches on Tia Torres, right? Tia Torres is always small, but the thing is, Sam Hughes looking at her tape, just striking's not really looking good. It seems like she really kind of wants this, not a lot of pop in the shot. She wants to kind of basically bully you, right? And perhaps she could have some success with Tia Torres, like someone of that similar frame. She wants to push him against the cage and all that, right? Kind of, okay, but get her, maybe her frame, push her frame onto that person on the cage, land some shots, just to keep busy and basically grind out a decision. I do not see that going well for her against someone like Tia Torres. Too experienced. Only, the losses have come from decent competition, right? She's fought the who's, that's for sure. She's got the wrestling, she got the quick striking, the boxing looking nice. So I think, she's just on a different level than Sam Hughes. I think, I just, you got to go with these Torres. I would say, it's maybe a nice little parlay piece, Don't go too crazy and parlay everything, but, maybe add her with someone you like, 2-person parlay. But Gavin Tucker versus Billy Quarantino, man, what a barn burner this is going to be. We're looking forward to it. Really fun one. Like I said, Billy Quarantino, what's not to like? Really good guy. He's got the conditioning there. He's really tough. And you'll see it every time you look back to his fights. He brings it. He likes that forward pressure. He definitely has a lot of success going into later rounds, right? Second or third round. That first round, he has to go pressure, maybe feel out the guy. He finds himself in some pretty, bad position sometimes. So he wants to go forward. He's not afraid to give a shot to take one, or rather, I said that completely opposite, right? Take a shot to give one. So yeah, he's really looking good, man. Gavin Tucker himself, if you look at their frame, so 5'10" for Billy Quarantino, 5'6" for Gavin Tucker. Some people say he's 5'7", I don't know, but yeah, you see his frame, very stocky, muscular guy, and there's a reason for that. If you're making 145 and you're looking that big and muscular, it's because actually you're kind of a stockier guy, you're shorter. And reach's advantage is going to be for Billy as well. But Gavin Tucker, I really like what he does. I really like the stand-up. He has that kind of Muay Thai style. Kind of similar to Billy Quarantino, actually, in a way, but very different. I think Gavin Tucker mixes up really well. As you see, going to someone like James, he's been rocked, though. He'll go for that, of course. The 1-2, right? With Muay Thai, they don't really do a straight jab. It's more like this kind of long hooks to get through the guard up top to kind of hit the side of the head of the opponent, and then he'll go like a teep kick, then he'll go to a high kick. He really mixes it up really well. He's not the most powerful of punchers, despite, he's despite his appearance. He's not, like I said, he just kind of wants to, but he mixes it up really well. He'll go up to the body, just enough to kind of get you thinking about, hitting your head, to where you're trying to block your head. I'm sorry, opening up the body and go for the teep kick. He really likes to mix it up well, and I think it's really good. Even the wrestling there as well. He's very well rounded, really good. But I just think that, to be honest with you, look, Billy Quarantillo, I think he's a big favorite for the reason. I think it's gonna be a really fun one. Gavin Tucker, I think, will look really good in the beginning. Billy Quarantillo, he likes to go on forward, and he kind of likes to feel out his opponent. He's kind of betting on his cardio, his conditioning. Billy Quarantillo is really good. I like that he's got more pop in his shots. He'll mix up as well. It's just that perhaps not in the same way like Gavin Tucker does. He doesn't do a lot of teep kicks, but he'll mix up. Kind of keep it to the basics. He'll use a nice boxing and then add in the nice leg kick, right? And he'll mix it up as well. Like I said, mainly his tools though. He likes to use that boxing, and on the ground, of course, he's got submission game. I think that the thing is, Gavin Tucker is not. Perhaps, he's going to have success in the first round. If Gavin Tucker was more known as a finisher in that first round, maybe really had a lot of pop in his shot and came forward really aggressively, or perhaps a really great wrestler or submission or something like that. But I think Gavin Tucker, I think this is obviously going to go to decision, or most likely. I wouldn't. You could see Billy Quarantillo perhaps get a finish on Gavin Tucker. I'm not sure. I think Gavin Tucker, like I said, he's really good. He'll mix it up well, and I think he will land in the beginning on the first round. But Billy Quarantillo has shown it. He'll see what you're doing. Okay, eat it. He'll come forward, and he's very dangerous. He'll mix it up well himself. Gritty, come forward, really kind of fight for your money, if you will. So yeah, I do have Billy Quarantillo in this. Gavin Tucker is he's a good fighter. He really is. But I think this matchup kind of favors Billy Quarantillo. I think he's got the power advantage. He's got he's a taller, rangier fighter. He's got the good cardio, good conditioning. So I think Gavin Tucker's going to be landing some good stuff, good teep kicks. He's not going to be able to put Billy Quarantillo away. And I think, he could have a unanimous decision perhaps, right? Another barn burner. Man, this card, I tell you, man. Moicano, Raphael Fiziev versus Renato Moicano. It's a tough one, man. I like Raphael Fiziev. Man, when he beat Diakese, I thought I thought it was a really close fight. I remember that before that fight I was looking at it, I was like, this is really close, but I thought, maybe Diakese, maybe he'll be able to do it. I think he'll come in. I thought he's training on his Muay Thai. He has a good Muay Thai back himself. I thought he'll come in there. He's got that pop in shots. Perhaps he'll learn. But no, man, Raphael Fiziev, that Muay Thai was just picture perfect, man. Ducking, leaning your body all the way back with the matrix to get, dodge the high kicks. That's a very, a lot of Muay Thai practitioners will implement that really great. It's really, really, just really good Muay Thai. Coming with a lot of pop in his shots, the nice low kicks. Really good. Renato Moicano, though, no joke. I think on the ground and, he, his ground game we knew as well, but is really good. But his striking as well, man. And I think I'd be happy to stand and trade, and that could, we'll see. Raphael Fiziev, if Moicano wants to stand and trade with him, we could see maybe Fiziev just getting the better of those shots, using that, just being tough, using that nice Muay Thai to get through. But Renato Moicano, man, he's no joke. I think he's got that fight in him. You'll see it. He wants to fight. He likes to bring it in there. Maybe he'll take a shot, but I think he always has that kind of that trap card, if you will, right in his back pocket. He's able to, he's comfortable on the ground. I think that opens up his striking game. So eventually, maybe perhaps, if it's striking and maybe if Fiziev is having an advantage, Moicano could just decide to pull guard. I think, to be honest with you, a part of me is. Early on, I was really kind of leaning towards Fiziev, but the more I thought about it, the more I kind of, as I slowly rewatched tape, I started to think, man, I think Moicano is perhaps more of a complete fighter. I'm not quite sure about this one. It's a close one, and I think the more complete fighter perhaps is Moicano, but we'll see. Maybe Fiziev will show us he's able to hang. Maybe he'll say, hey, I'm not going to get caught. When you're putting up guard, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to land some nice ground pound. I'm going to be able to escape from this. And we could see maybe it could go to a decision, perhaps, right? Maybe Fiziev gets a decision. Maybe he gets Moicano out of there. But like I said, I think the more complete fighter, as we know, as of now, I think is Moicano. So I'm not betting on this as of right now. I'm going to be honest with you guys, unless I make a last-minute bet, or perhaps it's maybe a live bet opportunity. You can see the way the tides are turning. We could see Fiziev really turn it up, and maybe Moicano is going to be a little too happy to bang, and he could be hurt in that first round. We could see. But I would say, maybe perhaps live bet, if you will. Go with your gut, guys. That's I'm sorry, I don't really have a very strong opinion on this one, because I do feel like it's closer than some others have been saying. But I think Moicano is more complete fighter perhaps, but Fiziev is no joke. So he's shown that he can hang with him. He can if he's able to play his game, if he's able to use that Muay Thai, he could get the win. I'm sure he's been preparing for that. He knows what to do. He's studied Renato Moicano. He's seen some mistakes. Or seeing that he's hittable. He knows when to avoid the ground game. So perhaps he's prepared for that. Going man, another barn burner. Here we go. Let's burn this goddamn barn to the ground. Let's just burn it to cinders. All right, Cub Swanson versus Daniel Pineda, man. Really good stuff. I remember Pineda. I got crap for that. I remember when he beat the Burns, but man, Brigham Burns. Burns had a terrible weight cut. Not taking anything away from Pineda. I remember I talked in that video a long time ago. I mean, I was when I rewatched tape on Pineda, I was like, I like it, man. I liked what I saw. I liked the crisp boxing. I got the popping his shots. I liked that he would go to the ground too. I liked that he mixed it up. It was good. It's it was an all around good mixed martial artist. And that terrible weight cut. I thought Burns has a lot of popping his shots and he's dangerous aggressively on the feet, aggressive on the ground. Of course, is bread and butter. But no, Pineda said, hey, if you're not 100%, guess what? I'm 100%. I'm gonna give it my all, and he did great. Crucifix. It's awesome. Cub Swanson, I love. I mean, what can you say? He's a real vet of the game, and I really liked it. But looking back on his fights, I mean, it's really good. Good to do a whole Choi and stuff. I mean, I've been a fan of this guy for a while, man. He's just really nice and they're flashy, just really good. And he has a black belt in BJJ, but of course he's struggled with that in the past. So I feel like he's not really so defensively sound in BJJ. I think he'd want to kind of maybe hurt someone or kind of tire them out. He has a great gas tank. Well, I wouldn't say great, actually. He can wither. I just feel like in the beginning, though, perhaps, his movement and everything in the beginning, those first round, maybe in the beginning of the second round as well. If he's going against a more stationary opponent, he will have success, and maybe he could use his BJJ for that. But like I said, we just haven't really seen that much. I think at this stage in their career, I'm sorry, we got to be like, I mean, Pineda's, is only 2 years younger than him, but I think at this point, Cub Swanson, I mean, going against Kron Gracie, man, I mean, he was able to, Kron Gracie's still around from you. His stand-up, Kron Gracie, I guess, hang with the Diaz brothers, he wanted to show it. He was going to, hang in there. And there are times where, of course, Cub ripped the body, doing really well, but, man, Kron Gracie was tough. Good conditioning. But it seemed like when he throws that, Cub Swanson wants to go in and out. He's not known for just a one-shot KO. He wants to do some flashy stuff, maybe spinning kick, rip to the body with his punches. But he's also hittable in those punches, and he can, kind of sap away at his gas tank when he's trying to land those blows like that. And you saw that against Kron Gracie. I just feel like if Kron Gracie's doing that to you on the feet, Daniel Pineda, man, he's well-rounded. He's going to come in aggressive. He has more pop in his shots. Obviously, much better striking than Kron Gracie. So I feel like, Daniel Pineda is going to get this done. I know I like Cub, man. I'm a fan of his, but I think this is a bad matchup for him, perhaps. At this point in this career, I think, Daniel Pineda, I feel like he's going to get it done. It could be a close fight. Like I said, we could see maybe a decision, but Cub's hope is to, standing outside, not get hit, get in and out, land something flashy, rip to the body, get out, I think Daniel Pineda is going to be fine. He's going to mix things up, maybe go for takedowns, going to push him against the cage, land the heavy shots. He's not afraid to get in there and brawl. And I think perhaps Daniel Pineda is going to have more pop in his shots. And I think, he'll get it, man. So going on, this is kind of going fast. Longer than I hoped. But let's just go on. What the heck is that for? So obviously now we're in here we go, the main card. My gosh, taking too long. All right, so Cyril Gane versus Junior Dos Santos, man. This one, like I said, I like Dos Santos. Another one too. Dos Santos, I like him. Guys, I'm be honest with you. Who doesn't like him? We're a fan of his. He's been on so many wars, and when you're looking at highlights and stuff, it's like from way back. And I just feel like Cyril Gane, look, he's the bigger. He's a big guy. Actually, I'm sorry, they're both the same size. I just feel like, I look at that reach, though, it's insane. I just feel like he, at this point, he just seems when on the scales. Dos Santos he never looks bad. Dos Santos, right? He always looks in good shape. He's a big guy, But I'm just saying, at this point, Cyril Gane's jacked, younger guy, and we're looking back on tape, I'm like, it's just kind of vicious. They can both have it done. Santos boxing, he can get it done. He's still a crafty bet if he were to be very economical. But, I'm sorry, guys. Cyril Gane, I would say it's a good bet. It's great. If Santos comes in and gives the upset, awesome, he's a vet. He could use his craftiness, but I think Cyril Gane's going to know what to look for, and I think it's just, unfortunately, it's sad. I think we're going to see the Santos get knocked out again, man. It's really bad, but I'm sorry, but this is betting. You can't just go for what you like. You can't just because you're a fan of a guy, right? You can't just bet your money on him. But if you're high on him, I get it. Of course, why wouldn't you be high on Dos Santos? But at this point, from a betting perspective, man, I mean, the wars, zero gain, man. I think he's gonna get done. I would say put him in a parlay piece. Maybe him and another guy you like. Just a couple here. Oh man, Ronaldo Sosa versus. This is a good one too, man. It's Kevin Holland. I mean, I'm just with the guys. I like Sosa a lot. Of course, another guy. How can I be a fan of his, right? Really, really, really good. I mean, look, a split decision loss to Blachowicz, and Blachowicz has power. He's like a big Frankenstein monster, a big Polish Frankenstein monster, right? That Polish power is real. But Kevin Holland, I feel like on the feet, obviously we know. I mean, on the feet, he should have advantage all day. He's taller. It's interesting. Sosa, why they put 6'1"? Sometimes I see that 6'1". I've seen 6 foot, maybe even 5'11". I don't know. But regardless, Kevin Holland's probably gonna be, a couple inches taller than him for sure, right? Maybe 3 inches. And look at that reach advantage, Jesus. Kevin Holland has learned to kind of, he likes to talk, he likes to get frustrated. I don't think it's gonna really bother Sosa so much. I mean, he's seen it all. But I do feel like Holland has at least learned how to control it, not get too sloppy in there. But Sosa, like I said, on the ground, if it gets to the ground, obviously, again, striker versus grappler basically is what we're seeing here. But Sosa, I mean, he does like to stand and bang. He's got power up in his shots, man, but he's not obviously on the feet. Kevin Holland's advantage all day. He's rangy. He knows how to snipe you. A la Sean O'Malley kind of style, that lengthy kind of 1-2, right? Same thing. How he took out Buckley, right? The thing is, I just feel like Sosa, he could get to the ground. I mean, Kevin Holland, I think he's prepared well for this. I think he's been so damn active this year, getting those wins, man. And yeah, I just feel like he's always he's in camp. He's ready. He's been training. He seems in high spirits as usual. I think he's gonna be able to kind of style on Sosa, and I think perhaps win a decision. To be honest with you, but yes, I could see Sosa getting. I get it why people are picking Sosa, but nah, not at this point. I think he'll just outmaneuver him. I think he will be able to avoid the ground game. So Mackenzie Dern versus, speaking of which, ground game. Mackenzie Dern versus Bernat Jandaroba. It's an interesting one too. I think it's a kind of everyone is betting on Dern because we think, okay, she's kind of grappler. But Bernat Jandaroba, I think, to be honest with you, Jandaroba is just like more has proven obviously that she's a more well-rounded fighter. I mean, she has that nice submission game, but on the feet too, I think she'll strike. Strike's not looking bad. She's got some, like kind of like Brazilian toughness, right? She's going there. Mackenzie Dern, I think she's not, she's tough. She'll take a shot and she'll just kind of like sloppily rush in there, and she's hasn't had the best takedowns though, right? I mean, look at that. Jandaroba has a lot more takedowns. I mean, when I rewatch the tape, it's more like she's kind of going to rush the person and eventually it'll get to the ground somehow. Maybe the opponent makes a mistake and then she'll kind of use her nice top heavy game, just kind of just like get a submission somehow. But I think Jandaroba's going to be, I'm on the ground. I would say maybe Dern is more decorated, obviously, and I think went to the ground. I just feel like Jandaroba, I think, with her good BJJ game, and I think obviously knowing that Dern wants to get to the ground, I think she'll be prepared for it. I think she's overall a better fighter. I could see some people pulling the trigger on Jandaroba because underdog odds, but I mean, honestly, my pick is Dern. I do feel like, I think perhaps maybe on the ground she will. I mean, Jandaroba will compete, but I think Dern will just edge it out. And on the feet, she's so tough. I don't think Jandaroba's gonna just like one shot KO her. I think Jandaroba's got some pop in her shots, so I mean, she's better on the feet than Dern does. But I think she has been working on her hands. I mean, just enough to where she'll. When she takes a shot, she'll answer right back. She'll make it. She's tough. She'll make it a bloody war, and if she has to, I feel like she's not too sloppy. But I feel like I just have to edge this out to Dern. I think if there's a clear advantage. I mean, I don't think he'll stay standing too much. I think we will see grappling eventually, and I think Dern will kind of edge it out. Jandaroba's a really good fighter, though. I mean, I'm just giving the edge to Dern, right? Tony Ferguson for Charles Oliveira. Oh my God, man. Back and forth on this one, man. Tony Ferguson, I like Tony Ferguson a lot. I mean, obviously, with Gaethje, Tony Ferguson, I think, I'm not taking anything. I took Gaethje in that fight, and a lot of people were saying, no way, hell, dude, he's not going to handle it. And I was like, man, he gets hit a lot. Justin Gaethje, obviously, you can just go back and watch that video, but Justin Gaethje, landing, and I thought, seeing the resurgence as, Justin Gaethje 2.0. I didn't think he was going to look that good. Damn, man, it was good. Like, really toned it back really well. Listened to coach really well. But I knew, he would, the boxing's there, the low kicks. Joey Ferguson's always dangerous, always. But I just feel like at this point, and it's not just because he got rocked like that. I mean, that's part of it because he has been getting so many wars and stuff. But Charles Oliveira, I was high on him, man. I remember people were like talking about Kevin Lee's gonna smash him, and I actually picked Oliveira in that, and I think I was one of the few people did. I don't know. I think people were like saying, "Man, I guess you just saw something good in him because he didn't look that great." I thought, but looking back, he has these. I mean, honestly, I think his ground game's so good. He has so many submissions on the ground, man. I mean, 14, my God, you know. I mean, I just feel like, and overall, I guess Tony Ferguson is the more well-rounded. He's more proven fighter, right? I mean, he's dangerous on the feet. He's dangerous on the ground. He's a cardio machine, right? But I think Oliveira has really come to his own. His striking's really gone well, and you know, I think he's really dangerous on the ground as well. And I remember, yeah, the reach. Look at that. Tony Ferguson's always had a crazy reach, right? The amount of a reach. And even height, it's interesting though. They say height advantage on here for Tony Ferguson, but I don't think so. I thought Oliveira is actually a slightly taller, but regardless, they're not. They physically kind of match up pretty well. I don't think. I don't think it's gonna be too crazy. I do think that Charles Oliveira does use his length pretty well. He'll do like a jumping kind of switch kick, and he's kind of gets a little bit wild in there, as does Tony. I think it'll be a nice little brawl on the feet and on the ground. I think they're gonna be doing a lot of transitions. Oh, God, it's a tough one. I've been back and forth on this, guys. I want to pick Tony. I would not be surprised at all, but I am leaning towards... I don't know how I've been on this, guys. I'm not going to lie with you. I am leaning towards Oliveira. I'm actually have been... As time has gone by, I've kind of been leaning a little more to Oliveira. I've been trying to find reasons why. There's good... I mean, Tony Ferguson, it's hard to bet against him, man. Right? He's great. I just think at this point, and, you know, the wars, the age going in, I think, you know, he does get hit, and I think, he can get... defensively he has those holes. I mean, offensively, yeah, I mean, he'll just throw everything, but they can just sink at you. But I think Oliveira has been on the rise. He's focused. I do feel like, I mean, obviously he's a younger guy, perhaps at this point more durable. And like I said, he's like the kind of like the new wave of Tony. I mean, he's not, I don't think he's as proven as Tony, obviously, but I do feel like he does, I mean, he can compete with him. He's shown on the feet. He gets wild in there and answer back. I like some stuff he throws in there. I like the wildness. Not as wild as Tony, but and on the ground as well. Obviously, I mean, look at the number speaks for itself. I mean, submissions, man. He'll find it. He'll get that neck. But yeah, I am leaning towards Oliveira on this. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It'd be cool if Tony gets it, but I gotta be honest. That's how I'm leaning. I guess and the main one, dude. I mean, again, Barnbird, man. Brandon Moreno versus Davis Figueiredo, man. I like Brandon Moreno. I've been taking. It's funny because Figueiredo. I mean, everyone their mother, right? Been taking Figueiredo. Remember the main Joby, the first one against Joby, I was kind of leaning towards Joby, but he just had a terrible game plan, rushing into that like that. I was like, oh my God, you're gonna get hit, you're gonna get knocked out. It's a bigger guy, the guy who missed weight, and then of course the second one I was like, oh dude, no way. I mean, Figueiredo's guy's number, but yeah, I've been on Figueiredo before. He's won me money. Moreno as well. I've got him as an underdog, and they got me money, and even against Brian Royval, and I still got it. I've watched these guys tape. I'm fans of both guys. They both won me money, and but I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, the lines is super steep. I wish it wasn't. I wish Miranda Moreno, man. I feel like it's cool. He could be the first Mexican-born champion in the UFC, and I really like it on the feet, on the ground. He's really he's learning how to tie back that regression. His hands have gotten a lot good. Since he got left the UFC, right? His boxing has really got improved, and he's just shown he's become more complete. He's more focused, right? I just feel like Figueiredo, I mean, when you watch even the Royval fight, I bet on him. I thought, no, he get it. I mean, Figueiredo's not going to spam the same back fist all the time. He's going to make those same mistakes that Royval did to capitalize. I think they're going to land on each other. I think, Moreno's going to use that nice reach. I think, I like how he goes to the uppercut. I mean, you see these tendencies, there's the same attacks that they like to throw. I think they'll kind of mess with each other, have the hands up, what, you want to bang? Come on, let's go. It's going to be back and forth, really interesting. But I do feel like eventually Figueiredo it's gonna land. He's gonna have a shot that cracks Moreno a bit. I mean, he's tough. He'll come back though. He's a tough Mexican dude, man. But I feel like even on the ground, I just feel like the aggression. I think the power of Figueiredo will translate. I think eventually it will crack Moreno. But Moreno's gonna show he's gonna be good. I mean, he's gonna make Figueiredo pay for it, right? He's gonna answer back each time. He's gonna land those nice long arms, uppercut to the body. He's gonna go up top. He's going to make it dirty. Even on the ground as well, he's going to, try, maybe take him down. But I think Figueiredo just will be able to take advantage. I think, yeah, I mean, we haven't seen the real big chinks in Figueiredo's armor as of late. So I think, yeah, Figueiredo's got it, man. I think it's parlay piece, dude. I'm honest with you. So that's my thing, man. Good luck on your bets, guys. Sorry, I kind of got long-winded. I just my honest opinions about these fights. Good luck to your bets. Please, like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to get better stuff out. I'm moving. I'm gonna have my own man cave, my own stuff by next year. So, but until then, I'm gonna try to make some interesting stuff. I know I haven't been keeping up with it, but just been focusing on betting and I'm trying to get more good stuff out for you guys. Like and subscribe. Comment what you think, guys, and yeah.